What if I told you that one of the most feared monsters of the Holocaust was not a man, but a 22-year-old woman, not with a rifle on the battlefield, but with a whip in her hand and a twisted smile on her face inside the walls of Auschwitz? She was young, beautiful, blonde, but behind her cold blue eyes lived a cruelty that even shocked her fellow Nazis. Before we uncover her chilling story, hit the like button and subscribe for more true history stories that were never meant to be forgotten. Because once you hear what she did, you'll never forget her name. Her name was Irma Grase, and history remembers her by another name, the Hyena of Auschwitz. But she didn't start out that way. Born on October 7, 1923, in a small German village called Recken, Irma's life seemed ordinary at first. She was one of 5 siblings. Her father was a dairy worker, strict, traditional. But something shattered in her childhood. When she was just 13 years old, her mother committed suicide, using poison, right inside their home. Irma was the one who found her. That moment changed her forever. By age 15, she left school and worked at a hospital. She wanted to be a nurse, but her dream was rejected. And that's when something dangerous took root. A new identity, a new obsession, the Nazi regime. At just 19, Irma Grase joined the SS, the Nazi elite. She was sent to Ravensbrück, a concentration camp for women. There, something horrifying began to happen. She didn't just follow orders, she enjoyed them. Prisoners remembered her walking the campgrounds with a pistol on one hip and a leather whip on the other, and she used both. She beat women until they passed out. She forced prisoners to kneel for hours in the cold. She even sicked dogs on them for her amusement. But her cruelty was only just beginning. In 1943, Irma was transferred to Auschwitz-Birkenau, the deadliest Nazi death camp. Here, she quickly rose in power, becoming the senior SS supervisor over all female prisoners. Imagine that, a 20-year-old woman deciding who would live and who would die. Survivors said she often stood during selections, where prisoners were chosen for the gas chambers. With just a flick of her hand, she could end a life. Sometimes, she would smile while doing it. One survivor said Irma once whipped a girl for smiling too brightly, another for crying too loudly. There was no logic, no pattern, just sadism. And despite being surrounded by murderers, even other SS guards were disturbed by her behavior. In 1945, Nazi Germany crumbled. The camps were liberated. The truth spilled out. And Irma. She was captured by British soldiers at the Bergen-Belsen camp. The world was stunned. This young woman, with a pretty face and polished boots, didn't look like a monster. But the survivors knew better. At the Belsen trials, she was one of the first women ever tried for war crimes. The courtroom was packed. People wanted to see the devil in a woman's skin. Irma, sitting calmly, showed no regret, no emotion, no apology. Survivors described her beatings, her cold cruelty, the way she treated human beings like insects. And when the verdict came, guilty. On December 13, 1945, in Hamelin prison, Irma Grase was led to the gallows. She wore a simple white blouse, her blonde hair neatly brushed. The executioner was a British man named Albert Pierrepoint, one of the most experienced in the world. As she walked toward the noose, she said one word, "Schnell." It means quickly in German. She was 22 years old, and in that moment, the Hyena of Auschwitz was gone. But her legacy, her horror, still echoes through history. Irma Grase wasn't a monster because of her age, her gender, or her past. She became one because she chose cruelty over compassion, power over humanity. She reminds us that evil doesn't always look like a villain. Sometimes it wears a smile. Let us know in the comments. Should Irma have been remembered more for her crimes or her age? And if you want more forgotten stories from history, subscribe now and turn on notifications. Because truth like this should never be buried.